Hi, this is Kester, and today I'm going to present you my warm-up config and my config to practice some nades. First you will have to download my config files, which are located on a download server, which I'm going to link in the video description. And as you can see here, the downloaded file will be a zip folder, and if you extract the zip folder you will find several files inside there. There will be a folder which is called Kester's Gaming Config, where my buy scripts and my movement config is inside there, so if you're interested in what kind of mouse sensitivity I'm using and so on, you can have a look inside there. There is also a folder called Kester's Movie Config, where I've placed all my configs that I'm currently using while I'm editing my videos on YouTube. But please be aware that those will only work if you use also Half-Life After Effects and if you are more or less advanced in terms of movie editing and campaths and so on. Please don't use them if you just want to have my warm-up configs, because they might mess up your given config. And then there is the file structure which is called Kester's warm-up config, where I have two separate config files. One is called botdm, which is, as the name can tell, is my file to warm up on a local server against bots. Those are the deathmatch settings. And then there is a second config which is called nadeprac, which will be used to practice some nades also on a local server. To make those config files available to you inside the game, just copy them outside of the Kester's warm-up config, move over to your Steam installation path and search for the Counter-Strike Global Offensive game inside Steam Apps Common Counter-Strike Global Offensive CSGO, and there we will find a folder which is called CFG, and you will have to paste those config files for my warm-up settings inside this folder. As you can see here, I've done it before, so I have to replace the old files. If it's the first time you're downloading my scripts, you don't have to replace old files. After that you are good to go, and you can start your Steam and open the game. To start your warm-up or your practice session, just open the console with your default console key and then load a map, which is done by typing in map blank and then the name of the map. I'm going to start with Inferno this time. So by loading a map this way, the map will be loaded in the default settings, so you will see after I've joined the team that it's a 5v5 server with bots, but I want to practice just some nades, so I'm going to execute my nadeprac config, which I will do by opening my console and then typing exec for execute blank and then nadeprac, which is the name of the config file you just saw. And after that you can see that there's a message on the left hand side which tells you that the nade settings have been loaded. All the bots have stopped their movement. The server is full of bots, but they don't move, and you have all nades available. Also take note, if you select a nade and try to throw it, it will preview the nade trajectory, so you can see where the nade is going to land after you've thrown it. Another thing to mention is that those bots can be killed by headshots and by body shots, but as they don't attack you, they're just harmless. So if you like, you can just walk around and kill them while you are looking for your nade spots to practice. If you have a look inside the config file, you will see that there are some keybinds. For example, I've prepared a keybind on the key H to give you all nades after the warm-up has been ended. There's also a keybind which is the M, where it spawns a bot in the place you want him to be. This is useful, for example, if you want to see if I have a bot here and I throw a nade this way, is this guy going to be blinded or not? So, to sum it up, the nadeprac config gives you all the nades and provides you also with a bind to create some nades on your own. There are several bots on the server which don't move, and those won't attack you. And if you select a nade, you will see the trajectory, and after you have thrown the nade, you will see how the nade was thrown or how the flight path of the nade was. Next up will be the bot deathmatch config. So I'm going just to execute another config, which is called botdm, as you saw before. Now it's going to get loud because the bots will load the advanced AI and they will going to attack me. As you can see, you start with a deagle and AK, and as you can see, only headshots are counting. I know I'm bad, but well, I haven't warmed up. But as you can see here, there's a lot of action going on, and only headshots count, and those bots are really kicking ass. Of course, the bind to get all nades also working, but in comparison to the nadeprac config, you will run out of ammo, and if the nade has been used, you won't be able to use it again unless you press the key to give it to you again. As you can see here, the bots won't be killed if you just hit them by body shots, but they will be killed if you hit them with a headshot or they hit you with a headshot. All the other settings are quite the same. You also have this key to place a bot right in front of you, which might be a challenge if you want to do it fast and do a warm up like this. It's just for flicking. To sum it up, if you execute my bot deathmatch config, you will get several bots on the server. There are still some keybinds to add nades to your inventory and to place a bot right in front of you, but you have a limited amount of ammo, so you will have to reload or hit the key to get all nades again if you have used them. Also, the bots will only be killed if you use headshots on them. That's all. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.